Welcome back, friends. Despite bold predictions from Swiss authorities and central banks about a return to stability, the UBS proposed acquisition of Credit Suisse does not seem to have cut the mustard so far. And at least Asia, the Indian stock markets were in a free fall. So the cut price deal is expected to close by the end of this year, and it creates a banking behemoth with more than $5 trillion in total invested assets. But shares of both UBS and Credit Suisse have plunged today, in fact. While the deal could bring an end to doubts about the viability of Credit Suisse as a business, the devil will definitely be in the detail, and that's why you need to be careful. After years of heavy losses and costly scandals, Credit Suisse's most recent share price plunge began with the collapse of US-based Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. And it was compounded when the top investor, the Saudi National Bank, said that it could not provide any further assistance. The announcement of a loan of up to 50 billion Swiss francs from the Swiss National Bank failed to soothe investor concerns and eventually necessitated the 167-year-old institution's emergency rescue by UBS. Credit Suisse chairman Axel Lehmann told a press conference that the latest developments that emanated from the banks in the US hit us at the most unfavorable moment. But Credit Suisse has been in the news even before the Silicon Valley Bank came into limelight. The accelerating loss of confidence and escalation over the last many days made it clear that Credit Suisse could no longer exist in its current form. The cut price deal is definitely, they were giving just about $1 billion and then they hiked it further. The deal and associated liquidity and the loss guarantees do provide clarity to a small extent, and they do dampen the tail risk. Clarity to a small extent in the sense that there may be something more in the detail. One can be mindful that the situation among the US regional banks, however, remains fluid. Okay, and one can take comfort from the limited contagion from the US regional banks to larger money center banks, a trend which can persist for quite some time. Poor stock markets have caused investment banks to be the laggards, but commercial banks look good next to them. Okay. An important part is that this solves what we think is an idiosyncratic problem at Credit Suisse. But we are not sure if it's a fire break big enough to stop the rot for the market. Now, since the global financial crisis, the continent's banks have built much larger capital buffers in order to withstand systemic risks. If European bank shares fall significantly and as a result of the deal, they might start to nibble at some stocks. Many stock market investors believe that they will start to nibble. Okay. Now, one issue which is caused, that's why I say that the devil is in the detail, is that a reported price of $3.25 billion, or which is equates to minus 4% of the book value of Credit Suisse, and about 10% of Credit Suisse's market value at the beginning of the year. Now, this suggests that a substantial portion of Credit Suisse's $570 billion assets may be either impaired or perceived as being at risk of being impaired. Then this reverse calculation is what has renewed jitters about the health of banks. Well, in general, the markets have not taken it lightly. Indian markets, Asian markets were in a rather difficult situation. There was a free fall, in fact. There was some amount of recovery at the end in India. Markets look to be terribly oversold in some ways. Now, whenever they are oversold, then some correction on the upside does happen. But whether that will sustain is going to be the multi-billion-dollar question. And even if it revives, how long and how much? Friends, To get to know all this, please to join our. We have a special package, very modestly priced. It's a Guri Parva package, but do rush. It's got limited seats, and we are trying to take a few people, good people who can benefit out of this. And after this completing of the Gudi Parva package, who can remain in our group for a long time. So we can tell you, because there's going to be massive action coming up in the next several months. Get to know all this. Please do join our either Guri Parva package. It's a new one, very moderately priced at just 2,500. And the number to get in touch is 9820861044. You can GPay on this and just give your name and you're in. Alternatively, if you like a larger time frame, you can go get into this program of Premium and Premium Plus, which is continuing for a very long time, friends. तो भाई और बहनों, हम लॉन्च किए हैं गुड़ी पड़वा का बहुत शुभ मौके पे। बहुत ही सिंपल है, बहुत ही मॉडरेटली प्राइस्ड। आपको आगे कहाँ थोड़ा तो रिबाउंड आना चाहिए मार्केट्स में, और आगे क्या होगा ये सब जानने के लिए आपको गुड़ी पड़वा का बहुत एक सिर्फ 2,500 का पैकेज रखा है, जीपे कर सकते हैं। और दूसरा प्रीमियम प्लस, अगर ज़्यादा डिटेल में जानना चाहते हैं मार्केट्स कैसे मूव होंगे, यहाँ से बहुत ही एक रोमांचक स्थिति पे मार्केट्स पहुँच गए हैं, तो ये सब जानने के लिए ज्वाइन करें। संपर्क करने का नंबर 9820861044। लिमिटेड सीट्स है गुड़ी पड़वा पैकेज, लेकिन जरूर ज्वाइन करें, आपको जरूर उसका बेनिफिट होगा। जय हिंद।